Muslim pilgrims converged Thursday on Saudi Arabia's Mount Arafat for the climax of this year's Hajj, the smallest in modern times, and a sharp contrast to the massive crowds of previous years. A tight security cordon has been erected all around the foot of the rocky hill outside Mecca, also known as Jabal al-Rahma, Mount of Mercy. Pilgrims donning masks and observing social distancing were brought in buses from neighbouring Mina. State television showed as Saudi authorities imposed measures to prevent a coronavirus outbreak. They were subject to temperature checks and attended a sermon, which state media said was translated into 10 languages before they set off on the climb to the summit for hours of Koran recitals and prayers to atone for their sins. The scene was strikingly different to last year's ritual when a sea of pilgrims ascended Mount Arafat, marshaled by tens of thousands of stewards in a bid to prevent any crashes. After sunset prayers, pilgrims will make their way down Mount Arafat to Muzdalifah, another holy site where they will sleep under the stars to prepare for the final stage of Hajj, the symbolic stoning of the devil. It takes place on Friday and also marks the beginning of Eid al-Adha, the festival of the sacrifice. The Hajj, one of the 5 pillars of Islam and a must for able-bodied Muslims at least once in their lifetime, is usually one of the world's largest religious gatherings, but only up to 10,000 people already residing in the kingdom will participate in this year's ritual, compared with 2019's gathering of some 2.5 million from around the world. A security cordon has been thrown around the holy sites to prevent any security breaches. An Interior Ministry spokesman said Riyadh faced strong criticism in 2015 when some 2,300 worshippers were killed in the deadliest stampede in the gathering's history. But this year, those risks are greatly reduced by the much smaller crowd. The pilgrims have all been tested for the virus, and foreign journalists were barred from this year's Hajj, usually a huge global media event. As part of the rites completed over the 5 days and the holy site of Mecca and its surroundings, the pilgrims converged on Mount Arafat after spending the night in Mina. A district of Mecca, Mina sits in a narrow valley surrounded by rocky mountains and is transformed early or each year into a vast encampment for pilgrims. They began the Hajj on Wednesday with their first tawaf, the circumambulation of one of the Kaaba, a large structure in Mecca's Grand Mosque, towards which Muslims around the world pray. The Kaaba, draped in a black cloth embroidered in gold with Quranic verses, are known as the Kiswa, which is changed each year during the pilgrimage. Pilgrims were brought inside the mosque in small batches, walking along paths marked on the floor, in sharp contrast to the normalcy of humanity that swirls around the Kaaba during Hajj.